2007, a year of beginnings. It was the start of something great in Arkansas. The SCCW story would begin with the four originals that started it all. Adam Gregory, Flying Hawaiian, Be Wired, and Easy Slick.
Hello, my name is Adam Gregory. I am your undisputed SCCW World Heavyweight Champion and one of the four founders of the SCCW. Going back to the Buzzsaw years was way different. I mean, we had four guys out there trying as hard as they could, me included, trying as hard as they could to put on action that we had seen on big time promotions. There's so many great talents that we've watched. We just wanted to do that, We wanted to be that. We wanted to be able to say that we were that. 2007 was a long time ago, Wrestling on, I believe it was like 8 mattresses. Actually been more closer to 16 mattresses. It was a lot either way. There was a lot of really good feuds back then. There was a lot of really good stuff happening where we were able to have two founding feuds. There was the feud between Easy Slick and the Flying Hawaiian for the global championship, and then there was the World Heavyweight Championship being fought over between myself and Be Wired, and those were knockdown, drag-out fights. But us four put in a lot of work to ensure that we did the best that we could out of what we had, which really wasn't that much. We started with nothing, and I'll be damned if there weren't cool results, Nowadays, we got Marcus Woods, we got Wayne McNeil, we got the Lynx, we got a plethora of people that are just multi-talented and all have that same edge and drive. But back then, there was a fire that, I don't know, I can't describe it. There was a fire amongst the four of us that really built this thing into something huge. It made the start work that much better. 13 years is a very long time. And I have to say at this point in time, there's no better feeling than getting out here in this area that I'm sitting in front of right now and throwing down with the guy across the ring from me, and proving why I am the best, and proving why I am your SCCW Undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. If you go forward a couple of years even, there's videos, very even fewer videos of the indoor years, 2008, 2009, and it was a crazy time. I remember there was a gauntlet match that I was part of. It was like a battle royal, and there's no film of this, but the Beast ended up coming out on top and winning the match. He hit the Flying Hawaiian with a layout powerbomb for the 1-2-3, defeating him, and it was one of the craziest things I can say that I've ever seen. Because, God, the Flying Hawaiian's 6 foot, man. He's 200 pounds. He's my brother. I've seen the guy, and he's big. But the Beast, he just powerbombed. Picked up powerbombed. I've seen so many really cool moves and exchanges during this early years time period, and so many good matches, so many good competitors. Man, like I said a second ago, nothing, not even this can take away those memories from me, because those were the most precious times for me, personally. That's where it all started. that's where it all started for me, and really that's where it started for the SCCW.
From 2009 to 2012, the SCCW was completely silent. Then, out of the darkness came hope, in the shape of CWA Backstage Assault, a new show on Facebook, and at the head of this change was one man, the man named new commissioner of the CWA, Jeremy Lewis.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Lewis, and right here, right now, we're in the original arena for the CWA when I first started here 9 years ago. I am a person who has been here for the third longest. I've been here for 9 years in one way, shape, or form, and I haven't always been a competitor. 9 years ago, I started the CWA as the commissioner wearing this exact shirt. I've changed a lot since then, so has the CWA. It's changed into the SCCW. Back then, we only had about 4 wrestlers. It was a day where we had very few wrestling matches. Right here, we actually had a torn down trampoline that we used as the basis for our arena. People would wrestle right there, in and out of it. And then, of course, we moved to other locations as well. It was mostly a backstage sort of show back then, where we would have confrontations, we would have meetings, talks. We would go to locations and basically discuss who we were going up against and what we were going to fight. It was a very interesting and experimental time for the company that we have here today. It was a very exciting and new time where we were just starting to find ourselves as a company, I think. I'm sure we had a lot of exciting wrestling matches and talks back in the day before I arrived. But as far as I can tell, from when I arrived to how we are now, it's just been an uphill growth. So this right here is the arena where I came back as Jeremy Lewis. I had ceased to be the commissioner for the CWA, and it was a growing time for the CWA as we had the wrestling matches between Hardcore Hayden and 5-Star Kid had actually taken off. We'd actually had several matches between the two, and we also had matches between the hybrid Hardcore Hayden and 5-Star Kid as well. And I joined in right here. We actually have overgrowth and whatnot that's happened since then, but this is where the, I guess, deforest arena used to be. We had banners, we had all kinds of stuff around here. And I come in as the special guest referee to referee the championship match between Hardcore Hayden and 5-Star Kid. This right here is actually one of the first arenas I also wrestled in as well. Ended up having a very strong entrance. I came in, I was not messing around. I was going to throw this guy around and make sure that everybody knew exactly who Jeremy Lewis was. And of course, it ended up with my loss, but I've only grown since then. This is a great place full of fond memories. We actually ended up doing a lot here. It was really nice. We ended up having the last match in the history of the CWA right over there. It was me versus the Gremlin in my second match ever. It was a cage match versus him where we had our now commissioner refereeing the match. It was probably one of my favorite matches of all time. Ended up going up against him. It was a hard-fought match where we ended up starting off in the grassy area, slamming each other's heads into the disc satellite, and then making our way eventually to the ring, where of course the match ended up going in my favor very quickly. It was a great match, and from there we ended up transitioning to the arena that we have here and now, the SCCW arena. And we've done nothing but grow ever since we became the new company known as the SCCW.
As the years went by, the SCCW grew. No longer were they the CWA, but now a changed organization. A group of individuals who would push the company forward to heights that it has never seen before. Podcasts, monthly shows on YouTube, and specials on Facebook. The SCCW has only just begun to spread its wings.
I'm Marcus Woods. Ever since I came to this company, I always just wanted to hurt people. I don't regret anything that has happened throughout this year. Because as you can see, I'm still your longest reigning social media champion. And to this day, still defending it with no hesitation. And this company has really grown on me. I went from being a backyard street fighter, fighting in dungeons and cages, to an actual, somewhere on a family base, if I could say. Because you have them family members that are irritating, that you want to fight every minute of the day. And you have family members that you just want to love on, that you actually respect. I feel like I'm going to be in this company for a while. Family. Respect. Loyalty. That's what this company is to me. To any of the other dudes, I do not know. But this company has literally got me out of the mud, literally. So, yeah, I feel like I'm at peace here. So. I actually got two memorable moments. My debut, and then when I first won the social media title. Just coming out of the street fighting persona ring type deal, switching up to a professional wrestling type situation was a dramatic step for me. Because professional wrestling, I was actually not thinking that I was going to be in professional wrestling, to be honest. I thought I was probably going to have to be an MMA fighter or a boxer or something like that. But a professional wrestler, you wouldn't really think that I would be something like that. But guess what? Look where we are now. I walked in that match because the links couldn't show. So I was the runner-up in that situation. So to be honest with you, I say it was fake that I would meet Trey Connors for this. Even though, as you know, the title has changed very recently. So, ever since this new title has been around, seems to me it likes me. Seems to me it's not trying to go anywhere. Feels up to me it wouldn't.
So my favorite memory here in the SCCW arena was the No Way Out match versus Marcus Woods. It was a 10 minutes match, and then after that 10 minutes, whoever can pin the opponent first is the winner. It was a hard-fought match in the rain where we ended up fighting with a full audience. It was a great match. I absolutely enjoyed it. It was back and forth where we both tested each other's might. We ended up showing exactly what we're capable of as wrestlers, and quite honestly, it was entertaining. It was a great fight. It was a really good show. I loved it. It was my favorite memory here at the SCCW arena.
You know, this place is one of, I don't know how many times I gotta say it, but this is like a home away from home for me. I've been out here facing everybody in the company, but my favorite memory that I've made here in this version of this company, in this version of the arena that we're in, on the hardwood. It was actually before we were actually on the hardwood, if I'm being honest. It was a match that I had with my brother, and it was the first one in nearly 15 years. First match we had in nearly 15 years. And it was like yesterday. I mean, it was like nothing. We got in there, we just hammered it out. We banged it out. I threw punches, he threw punches. I knocked him back, he knocked me back. He hit me with spears and enziguris. I hit him with
super kicks and whatever else I could hit him with. But it felt like it was years ago. It felt like 2007 all over again. It felt like 2008 all over again. It felt like any of those times when we were able to face each other. And the chemistry was just so magic, was so great. That is my favorite memory in the SCCW arena.
Yo, what up? It's the Flying Hawaiian, and thought I'd tell you about my favorite match. Person I fought was Jeremy Lewis, and he's the Superman of submissions. I've been in a lot of them over the years and the time. One of my most recent fights that I remember, it's one of the craziest matches I've had in a while. I mean, it's been years since I've had a match this crazy, but I fought him and I got to break out the extreme rules, jumping off ladders and flipping and rolling and doing like I used to do back in the day. I'm glad I get to express all that still to these days.
Wayne McNeil here, and I have to send this voice message for the SCCW. They're doing this documentary thing, and I'm getting paid for it, by the way. I'm getting paid very handsomely for it, by the way, and I'm okay with that. As long as I get paid, I'm good. But they want my favorite moment. My favorite moment in the SCCW was when yours truly, the Wayne McNeil era began. 2019, homecoming. They threw it back to the original arena. Kid, McNeil, championship. I beat him in his home arena, and it started a 375-day reign, one of the longest in the last 10 years. My favorite moment, by far. I made him cry. I made him rethink his life. I love it. Wayne McNeil is still here. I will continue to shine. Y'all can bank on that.
For the past 2 years, the SCCW has grown and changed in many ways. One of which is the addition by Commissioner Stoneface of a new general manager to keep the order during the chaos of the shows. And that honor went to former referee Buck Edwards. Since his promotion, he hasn't looked back, bringing in new roster members, championships, and a new heightened morale backstage. It's clear that there is only upsides moving into the future.
My name is Buck Edwards. Nice meeting you all. I've been working with SCCW for a couple of years now, and it's growing to our expectations. We're hoping we can get some more people to come join us. So here's the invitation for you. First started out, they didn't do the moves quite right. It was dangerous for each one of them. Finally, they got some training, and the guys are more pumped up. They like the competition. They're better training now. They're doing better what they should do. I mean, they're getting what they need. So the more they train, the better they are. Some of it's electrical now. Back then it was a little electrical too. Well, back then it was 5-star given Mr. Gregory. Now, he has developed more skills since then. And that was before 2019. So I've watched him develop out of all of them. So, and then Mr. Woods, he's been in and he's proved like greatly a deal. That's what our goal is, to get better fights so we could go win other championship belts, and our championship belts will be up. I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be. So we're trying to get that all together, built that way. And so far I've seen the strengths our way. I want to try to get some tag teams going and make a championship for that. And we've got the people to do it. We just need some more people to make it even better. Okay. It's totally different from when I first started as a referee. I had to learn some little quirks in here that I didn't know about wrestling. That most people don't even know about wrestling. So it's a learning process. All we gotta do is keep doing our best and keep on training and trying to get some more people in. We'll do our best. I think what we got right now can get us there.
Through all the years that the SCCW has been here, wrestling has always been the focus. The sport we all love, the great storytelling by these amazing athletes, and above all else, making sure you, the fans, are happy by the end of it.
Yo, what up? It's the Flying Hawaiian. Why I enjoy wrestling is because you get to be yourself. You get to have fun and go out there and compete, show you're the best of the best, and I like to compete, and I also I want to win gold just like everyone in this wants to win gold. That's what I want to do.
For me, it's the motivation. I mean, it's the drive and the want to be out there competing with whoever may be across the ring from me. It doesn't matter. I've wanted to be a professional wrestler since I was 5 years old, and now I'm getting to accomplish that. And no, there's no way I'm turning back now.
The thing about wrestling that I really like is the fact that you find two people in a ring together facing off against each other. And it's not about who's the fastest or who's the strongest, but who wants to win more. So you fight as hard as you can, and in the end, there can only be one winner. So it really depends on who wants to win more.
I love wrestling because it got me out of my comfort zone. It made me be more ruthless.
Wrestling is about, about respecting each other and competition. Who's better than what? Can't say who's better than who because some of our wrestlers are far out there. So, yeah, that's what wrestling is about. The competition, the competing.
Duke Winchester here, and I just want to say that I've been working for the SCCW for some years now, on and off commentating some of these matches, and I really enjoy it. The SCCW has been a really amazing company, and I like it. It's awesome, and I hope to commentate for you in the future.
It's become my career. It's become what has designed me, what has made me. I've called some of the best matches in the history of the company, past, present, and maybe even in the future. But it's something like nothing I've ever seen before. It's a drama bigger than life. It's the biggest, largest version of a sport you can find, and we have the most passionate fans in this sport you will ever see.
Hey guys, this is Trent Connors. I've been watching wrestling since I was a little kid, man. Wrestling with my cousins, with my father, with pretty much anybody I can get my hands on. It's just so much fun, I've done it so much when I was a kid. Growing up as a kid too, I'm always like, I want to be a wrestler, and I finally got the opportunity with this company, with SCCW, and it was just so amazing. There's nothing I could do to repay any of these guys. I had so much fun. Wrestling to me, it's in my blood, It's just nothing I can go without, It's like a part of my day. I wake up, watch wrestling, I watch training videos. It's hard to explain. Wrestling is a part of my life. It will forever be a part of my life. And hopefully one day I can get back to it and come back to you guys and see you soon. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for your thoughts and prayers. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Wayne McNeil here. What does wrestling mean to Wayne McNeil? Man, that's a great question. Wrestling means the world to me. And you cut down the characters, cut down all that stuff. Wrestling's been a big part of my life since I was born. I've gone to many shows. It's a takeaway. The way I mean by that is, if you're going through something in your life, it lets you get away. It doesn't let you think about it. It helps depression, it helps anxiety. During the pandemic, or not during the pandemic, for example, when my mom passed away, wrestling was a big, big part during that time. The WWE Network, going to shows, just friends that love it. It's been a big part of my life. I wouldn't be where I am without wrestling. I'll continue to have a passion for it, and it will never leave my life. That's what wrestling means to me.
The SCCW is still going strong today and isn't looking back. Moving into 2022, the stage is set for big things to happen. There is certainly no going back.